Hi guys, good morning. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today, but I am here to tell you the directions and how to be successful for today's activity. So first things first, we're going to do a do now just as if we were in school. And I'm going to ask that you use the link on Google Classroom to find the link for today's do now. It is a quick IXL skill. It is distance between 2 points. And you can use this timer to keep yourself on track. So either do 10 minutes of IXL or until you get an 80 or even above. Now, again, if you did the whole 10 minutes and you didn't get an 80, that's okay too, as long as you work that entire 10 minutes. So for the goal for today is we are going to continue to be reviewing and practicing all things coordinate graphing. So for activity number 1, we are going to be finding distances on a coordinate plane. So I'm going to show you what the activity is all about. So you're going to get your own copy of it, and it's going to look just like this. There's going to be 8 different questions, and you are just going to have to find the distances between the points. So I'm going to show you little examples of 2 of them so I can kind of show you how this would be done. So it says directions. Record the ordered pairs for each location in the table. Then find the distances of the following places and record your answers by typing them into the table. Now, I'm not going to do all of it for you, but I will do one example. So it says coffee shop and museum. So the first things first, I'm going to do the ordered pair down here. And of course, I need parentheses. And I'm going to look here. I can see that it's in quadrant number 2. So remember, always go left or right first. Always go on your x-axis. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, making it -4. And then up 1, 2, and 3, +3. So therefore, my ordered pair is -4, +3. As for the museum, we can see it's in quadrant number 1. So I went once to the right or on my x-axis and 3 on my y-axis. So my ordered pair is 1, 3. Now there's a lot of different ways you can find the distance, but I'm going to do it using the counting method. So I'm simply going to go here and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I can see that the coffee shop to the museum is 5 units away from each other. So that's just step number 1. Now, I created this Google form, and it's almost like a escape room. So it's a good idea to check your work, and I'm really going to make sure that I'm going to be checking that you did this part. So I'll show you how to do it. So first things first, put your name, and I'm just going to click red, and then I'm going to press next. And you can see that your questions match up perfectly with your presentation. So let's see what it says. It says question number 1, be sure that you also wrote the ordered pairs. So what I meant by that is the ordered pairs down here. Please don't just find the distance. You also want to make sure you're finding the ordered pairs down here to practice that as well. Okay, so it says, what is the distance from the coffee shop and the museum? Please just write the number. So I'm just going to put the number 5. I am not putting 5 units. That will mark it wrong. It just wants the number. So you're going to see here that it says try again, but that's just because I moved it around. But once you do all 3 and you get all 3 of these distances correct, it will allow you to move on. It will not allow you to move on to the next section until you get all of the questions in that one section correct first. So it's a really good self-check form, really. All right, and then all you're going to do is you're going to continue to finish this. And I'm going to show you one more example. So for this example here, because these are pretty cute, they're emojis, but I want to make sure that you really understand how to do this. Make sure you read the directions. So it says drag and drop the emoji to graph on the coordinate plane. Then find the distances of the symbols by typing in your answers. So we can see here this cute little smiley face is 3, 3, meaning I'm starting at 0, going to the right 3, and up 3. And here would be my very first emoji. The party emoji, my favorite one. Again, starting at 0, but the ordered pair is telling us to go 4 to the left on the x-axis and down to -5 on the y-axis. So there's all different ones here on how to do this. But now I'm going to put this guy back. And I'm going to do the one that I actually need. So this guy is, we're trying to find the distance between the one with the little rosy cheeks and the guy that's smiling with the big smile. So again, going 3 to the right and -5 down. And you can do any way that you want, but I'm going to find the distance by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's 8 units away. And again, once you're done with that, you're going to go back on here. You'll see that once you go through this, you're going to be on question number 3, and it's going to ask you what is the distance between those two emojis. So a good strategy that I would do is complete slide number 1, go to your Google form and fill it out. Complete slide number 2. So that way you're not going back and having to go and figure it out. Once you finish 1, go right to there, and that way you can see if your answers are in fact correct. So last but not least, that is your activity for today, but there is a homework, and your homework is to finish your Google Slides. I'm really hoping that you'll be able to finish your Google Slides in class, but if you don't, make sure you do finish those, and your Google form. So I'll write that here. Not only finish your Google Slides, I'll have to add that, and your Google form. And then it says complete your test review. So remember, you do have a test coming up, and it's a quizzes assignment. The link was already on Google Classroom to join our quizzes. So if you didn't do that, make sure you do. It is right here. I'll just show you. In our red Google Classroom, you can see that there is a game link to join it. And that would be your homework. And you can do it as many times as you want. So if maybe you didn't do so well on the first time, go back and try it again. Because you do want to make sure that you're reviewing. Okay, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.